Yo, this is Lucian Flash. I like watching these videos, so I figured might as well put one out there myself and bring y'all the team, which I do believe is my best crafted team and the best team in the league. Don't at me. Um, so when crafting the team, there was 6 things that I mainly looked at, which I think paired together, like synergy, which I would pair with instant offense because I don't want my team to just um like I don't want you to look at my team and think, wow, this team just has a lot of synergy. I want you to look at the team saying where it's like this team has a lot of synergy, but wow, this mon is a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to really worry about getting my boot smoked by this mon. You know what I'm saying? Like I want that offensive threat in there because it poses a lot of threats um, to the opponent when they're building. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to think about that. They have to consider that in their plans. Um, Also, survivability and utility. Like I have a pretty bulky team, um, but I don't want it to just be bulky and just them on the field. Like I need mons on the field doing something and having multiple options. I don't want just a follow me bot. That's kind of why I got rid of Butterfree. Although you know what I'm saying, it does have other things it can do. Um, it's I felt like with Butterfree, it's not gonna be on the field long enough to do more than like 1 or 2 specific jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna be on the field long enough to get off another sleep powder or another rage powder, like 2 rage powder. After that first rage powder, his boots is probably cooked. So I didn't really want that. Also, I needed like auto. I mainly look at stats. Like I'm okay with missing out on uh, firewater grass core if you telling me like my base attack is gonna be my overall team attack is gonna be over 100. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay with missing out on that core because I'm smoking boots. Like I need mons with great stats. Um, I can survive without the fantasy cores. I mean the cores in general. And also to pair with that, mainly like my main focus was stat modification, especially in this format with my experience. One stat boost or one stat drop could completely change the flow of the game. Um, they matter a lot. Like there's like I never realized it before, but there's like a significant differential from one intimidate or one snarl. Um, like literally, one icy wind can, you know, one icy wind could let one of your mons go faster than another player's mons. Like stat modifications is crazy. Also, when you don't have, especially with like attack and special attack drops, um, when you don't have to worry about max, like 130 base max attacks with no accuracy drops. Um, you don't have to worry about getting hit by one of those. A lot of mods that was, what I'm saying, deemed frail don't become so frail. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually crazy. So to get into the team, first up we have first pick Arcanine. Um, Great mod, one of my favorite mods in general. Um, it's actually kind of crazy. It's super. It's fast. It's bulky, especially with intimidate. Um, and Snarl even makes it even more bulkier, and it hits hard. Like it's great support mod mixed with great offense. Like within one game, like you can have a crazy offensive threat or a crazy support mod. It's actually insane. Well deserving of a tier 1 pick. And then next up we got G.O.A.T, fastest mod in the format. Um, with this ability, super offensive threat. But also the same thing with Arcanine. It can be super offensive threat, and at the same time it can be crazy support, speed control, or even damaging mons. And then paired together with Arcanine, paired next to Arcanine, Regieleki doesn't seem so frail, you know, because like I said, in this format, stat modifications is kind of big. Also, Regieleki can, run up the screens and live hits. So these two alone is basically takes up, you know what I'm saying? Like these two alone are like essentially exactly what I was looking for when drafting this team. And then next up we got Weezing, Galarian Weezing. This mon is actually probably gonna be like the backbone of the team because of how I'm planning on using it. It's very useful. Um, very useful and very annoying to deal with. It is like it's what I love about it is how VGC makes it look like just a neutralizing gas Gigas bot, but neutralizing gas is actually kind of an OP ability, like especially in draft. That ability is actually broken. Um, and you know what I'm saying? Like, not trying to get too much into it, but like, yeah, neutralizing gas is actually kind of crazy. But plus, I don't even have to run that. I can run levitate. That's, you know what I'm saying. Definitely comes in handy depending on the matchup, or even mystic terrain. Both good abilities. All three of Reason's abilities are great and synergize well with the rest of the team. And it's super bulk. It's super bulky. Can make itself even bulkier. Reason is living. But we just putting it like that. Right. So then next up, even though I don't really focus on the for the fire water, I don't focus on the cores in general. I actually did fill out all the cores with the team. I think I'm only missing 3 types. Like I have no, especially with the trades, I have no overlapping typings, which was not necessarily intentional. But I have no overlapping typings, and I fill out all the codes. I think the only one I don't fill out is the one with the dark type. But yeah, so the next two is Thraki and Vaporeon. Um, Thraki, even though it's kind of, you know what I'm saying, the set is mostly gonna be the same, but what it brings to the table is, oh, like that set is already a lot. It's gets the fake out, gets the set to the terrain, super offense with the grassy glide, and that thing is bulky with the Eviolite, and it's bulky with or without Eviolite. Like what I love about it is I don't have to. Like I'm not forced to run Eviolite or Focus Sash on it. Like I literally can run a regular item on it. You know, like Life Orb, Choice Band. I could even run just Grassy Seed, make it more bulky. Like that mon is it's it's on. It doesn't belong in tier 5. Doesn't belong in tier 5. Not personally, I'm not a fan of. Um, I'm not as much convinced as everybody else of Rillaboom being tier 1. Um, not convinced for Rillaboom at all. Like Rillaboom could drop its tier too. I'm gonna be honest, but that's just my opinion, of course. Vaporeon, I don't. I think because of Vaporeon's defense, I've always really ignored it. But especially with like Arcanine being my first pick, I saw Vaporeon in a different light, and the stats on Vaporeon is kind of crazy, kind of sick, and then paired with Intimidate, super sick. Vaporeon becomes super bulky, and it's ditching out 120 base. The special attack is 110. I mean, and just throwing out attacks. Vaporeon's gonna be strong, super strong. It's kind of crazy, um, and it has some great support moves to help its bulk and help it survive. Uh, so I love that, and that does fill out the fire, water, grass. Um, Next up, we have uh, my Tailwind and Trick Room Archeops and Gallade. Archeops pairs well with Weezing because of the neutralizing gas. So if while it's on the field, it's just gonna naturally have 140 base attack and I think 110 special attack. It's crazy because Archeops also gets a lot of coverage moves. A lot of coverage moves. Plus, he gets Tailwind. It's already fast. Super threat. Uh, and then Gallade. I always wanted to use Gallade. Never got a chance to, but until now, um, it's great. I think it's more on the middle average speed, but it does get Trick Room. 125 base attack, so it's throwing out some crazy closable combats, and it has a lot of good support options as well. Um, has good special defense, like basically a lot of my other ones on the team though doesn't have great defense. Again, got Intimidate, even though you know what I'm saying, like um Intimidate is great. Of course, it has ways to stop it, abilities and such. But not everybody's gonna have it, and not all the mods are gonna have it. So that's covered, and I can just build around that. Um, but yeah, that just right there just shows how threatening Arcanine is. Um, and then after that is probably most controversial pick, Blissey. Um, I always thought Blissey was like, since the first time I saw Blissey, I was like, yo, 225 HP. That's super sick. Of course, the 10 defense is kind of crazy, but like, again, with like the rest of the team, paired with Arcanine, the Intimidate Arcanine, um, and paired with the format being no max, it actually becomes a threat, and it actually lives a lot. Like it lives a lot, which um, I need. It's living and it's doing what it needs to do. I'm not gonna say what it needs to do, but it's gonna be living and it's gonna be doing what it needs to do. You know. Um, but yeah, Blissey is great. Can't wait to use it. Gonna have a lot of fun with it. And then after that, I just recently traded for Cryogonal. Um, I was skeptical. Like I've always like since I seen Cryogonal, I just looked at him like, yeah, that mine looks weird. I don't want to use it. But then when I saw the stats, I'm like, yo, why is its stats like this? Like the rest, it has little defense, has little attack, little defense. Um, but it has good health and it has good special defense. And then most of all, it has good speed, um, which is good for um, just speed control, because it has the support for it, and it's offensive pressure. Like, of course, you want to go first, but having higher speed put you at going for first, attacking first, which is, of course, like, you want to be attacking first for the most part. Um, so having that good speed control, like having that good speed gives you choices, um, and it has the move coverage as well. So yeah, I mean, you know, I'm I'm not completely like on the edge with cryogonal, but I'm happy to use it. I see the versatility with it, and I see the potential for using it. And then next up, we got Stunfisk. Um, it is there because like Stunfisk is probably like I wanted a steel type. I wanted like three specific steel types. Um, because I kind of felt like in my other leagues where I don't have a steel type, I'm feeling you know, I'm feeling the pain of not having a steel type. I kind of feel like you need a steel type. It resists a lot. Like the typing of steel is actually crazy. So I need a steel type. Um, but the steel types I wanted got sniped. Um, so I needed something. I like ground and steel together. Um, or I like the move coverage it gets. And then yeah, with just Stunfisk, it's kind of a like I like Stunfisk because it's kind of a weird one. Like you don't really know what to expect for the most part with Stunfisk, like at all. It doesn't have the crazy offensive threat that I wanted to, but it's sort of like a gnat that is gonna be kind of, you know what I'm saying, like it's gonna be a gnat or itch that you have to be aware about, like you can't fully sleep on Stunfisk because it can take hits. It can take hits pretty well, and it's not gonna dish out crazy offense, but it's gonna dish out enough offense to where you're gonna be like, okay, I gotta get this up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So Stumpfist is great. It's gonna, I'm looking at it as sort of kind of be like the draw the aggro, basically. Draw the aggro. Take hits and dish out damage so that whatever could finish it. Plus, it's got 32 base speed. Gonna be my trick room option for the most part. I'm gonna have fun with it. That's really it. It's not completely, you know what I'm saying. It's not completely useless, but it's not as threatening as my other team, of course. Um, and then last and certainly not least, the best mon in the whole game, best mon ever created, best designed, um, has the best utility, perfectly balanced. OP, this is just the best mon ever, which is actually also my logo, Goodra. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know what it do. I don't got to talk much more about Goodra. You know what I'm saying? You already see what it do. It's kind of a big deal. It's the GOAT. Like, that's the GOAT right there. Like, you're looking at the GOAT right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to go too much into Gucci. Yeah, I know what it do. If you don't know what it do, it's probably going to be a tough season for you. Yeah. And that's the team. Um, Comments, questions, concerns, take it up with the boot smoking department because they're going to play a whole big role this season. And yeah, and on that note, I'm gonna holler for $1.